welcome. We're really happy to have you here. We can start the webinar right now. Our summer edition of the monthly talks will be led by Mario and Gabor, as usual. We have also Pascal on board. So this is the team that will take you today through our new feature releases and the updates. So let's start. So starting with the agenda, we've packed it with a lot of exciting points, such as new event section, which is the biggest topic of today's webinar, both regarding the front end and the back end. Next, we have one of our favorite topics, which is mobile optimization. Then we have also new Leaderboard Look and some more updates for the dashboard. And we'll wrap up the webinar with the Q&A session. So that's the agenda. So starting with the first big feature release, Mario, would you like to tell us something more about it?
Yeah, happy to. So thanks a lot, Julia, for the introduction. And yeah, one of the things we'd love to talk to you about today is the events section. So as you can see here on the screen, we're really revamping the events section in many ways. So first of all, we're going to really put together all the offline and online events. We realized that was something that was really necessary. Right now, we already have a webinar section. We felt, as you can see, that it really needed a visual upgrade. So first of all, the update is very much aesthetic and visual, bigger pictures, more exciting banners, just a better layout. Also, these kind of vertical cards that you can use to create event series. So we really wanted to create a more aesthetic and visual approach when it came to events. I think the other thing that we really looked at was also adding basically everything related to offline events. So for us, it's really, really important to make sure that you can easily find online and offline events. And what we realized is that the offline events was not so easy to find in the platform at the moment. So what we're doing very soon when this new, let's say the full new version comes out, is that you'll also be able to search online and offline events in the same place. You can literally toggle them, say, okay, I'm just looking for online events or offline events today. And that means you can really promote your in-person events as well in a very nice way. So we're really excited about this update. It means you can make a more sort of aesthetic page about your offline event as well. So if you have like an in-person training event or a workshop on site or something like that, then you can very, very easily as well invite people to that. So I'd say I know we're going to look at the back end afterwards. So I first want to focus on the front end. I don't know, Gabor, if you want to add anything to that. I think there's some added functionality on the front end as well.
No, basically you summed up perfectly. It's just probably to talk about a little bit the milestones and the time frame, how we are rolling this out. We are talking about this feature today because this part for the new look and feel on the application side for the end users is already in production. So that's something we already went live with. So you can check it out. And we will roll out in 4 steps all these new features because it's a lot of new features and look and feel. The first one is the look for the users, which is, as I said, already in production. The second one that the team is currently working on will be the backend that we are going to have a quick look at after this point. And the third and the fourth one will be to add some new features to the event section, namely to add some additional documents to be downloaded, or even to manage a little bit differently the access to the different groups, or create new notifications when or to invite people. So there will be some additional features coming. And then as a last step, as Mario said, we will merge also the offline events, because let's be honest, the offline activities, we call them, were pretty hidden under quizzes. And now everything will be spotlighted in the event section, so people can really find it in one place. So that will be the fourth one. So we are looking at a time frame somewhere in the end of August or beginning of September for all the features. But we are already at 50% by rolling out the new look for the administrators as well. And we have also more ideas, some smaller features, but we will also enhance a lot the statistics for the events, so you can see who joined a specific webinar for how much time and so on. So we have still a lot of work for this summer. And by the way, we have very good weather, and we are very happy that so many clients joined us today. Thank you. So we can probably then check the backend part of it.
Definitely. Let's jump to the backend part because it's also very important to our admins. So yeah, please feel free to take us.
Yeah, I think there we also added a lot of really exciting functionality, really based on a lot of feedback from our community as well, and from some of our clients that really came with very specific but very good ideas and very good requests. So I'll let Gabor again fill in the technical side, but just from a user point of view, we've tried to make it easier to use. We've listened to, let's say, the limitations that our events had so far. So it's going to be much easier to set up a page. It's going to be much easier to create an audience for your event, to invite people specifically, to understand who's attending, who's not attending, and to also add people to that list or to send them a notification and invite them again. So we're really trying to make it much easier in its use and at the same time much more powerful. So the things you could already do, you can still do, but now there's a lot of added benefits where you can really say, these people are allowed to see this event. These people, I'm sending a notification to invite them. And you can really have your own workflow there. Gabor, I'll let you cover the more technical side of it.
Yes, thank you. So yes, as you can see on this small animation here, now we will have a detail page for each event. Before we didn't have that. And on this detail page, you see different tabs, overview, participants, poll, and statistics. So participants will be a really useful new section because it really differentiates two kinds of, let's say, attendees. One is people who are finding the event on the platform because they are browsing the new event section and they say, this webinar or this on-site event in-person event is very interesting. The other one is the ones who are invited. So we will have this new invitation feature, which means you might invite, I don't know, let's say 1,000, or you might give access to 1,000 users to a specific webinar, or eventually to everyone. It can be a public webinar. But you might think, there is a specific group who I really want to attend. So you can send out an invitation, only a subgroup of people who will receive an email, and they can mark their attendance to this event or say I'm ready to join or I'm not going to join. And you will have a section where you can really see what was their response, who you are still waiting from a response for. And this invitation feature is really, really great. It will give you a much better overview who is going to join or not. But we've seen that sometimes just simply giving access to a set of users is also hard, because historically you were able to give access to a webinar by selecting content. So you always had to have a course or a module and say, okay, it can be a public webinar or it can be a private webinar. But if it's private, you have to select the content for it. And it is convenient in some cases. But now we will give you the possibility to simply select a few groups, or as we call them, group segments as well, to really define who are those users who you would like to invite. You don't necessarily have to have a content for it. And this is a really great improvement. So we see polls. It's going to be one of the last features, but it will be a very interesting feature. After the webinar or after the event, you can ask, you can build an after event, a post survey, a poll to ask about the event. And the poll section will help you to build that with the already existing quiz builder or poll builder. And you will be able to see the different responses to different questions. It will be also very helpful. And of course, we will come with a lot of statistics, how people are subscribed, who were participating. We are even planning to give information about users who checked an on-demand recording. So after you have the recording for the webinar, and maybe someone was not participating, but in the statistics, you will be able to see who were those people who actually watched the recording after the event happened. So All this is really improving. And of course, you have a lot of filters by status. You will be able to export the list of participants, which was also very important for many clients. So it will be really a version 2.0, a really good 2.0 for the system.
Yeah, we really tried to combine all the different feedback we got from the community and from all our clients into a completely upgraded version on every level. So we hope you guys will love it.
Thanks, guys, for this quite detailed explanation. It's really good to hear that a lot is happening with the new feature. I wanted to actually ask already about the timeline for the backend elements over here, because you mentioned the one for the front-end board, but I was wondering for the backend, for example, regarding the poll, the statistics, what is kind of the idea for that to develop that?
So first rollout is something that we are going to test end of this week and next week, meaning it will be out to production or staging in 1 week and to production in 2 weeks. So already some of these screens will be renewed, but additional features and statistics will come end of August or like beginning of September.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we can jump to our next topic. Next one is the mobile improvements, including improved screens and buttons. And I know for a fact that Mario has something to tell us about it. So let's go.
Yeah, this is a topic close to my heart because we've been working very hard with the UX team on this and a lot with our great clients as well. So there's a few big brands that we're working with at the moment that really made some very specific requests. And, we're always very grateful when we get feedback because it always means we can make our LMS even better. We can optimize the experience. So we really, really love that. And in this case, it was really focused on the mobile experience. So what we realized is that the mobile experience was good. It was already adapting to the screen. It was manageable, but we realized it could be better. And this is where we really worked very hard with the UX team to see how can we improve it. And we worked with different clients on different things. So with some of our clients, what we really worked on was the elements. So you'll see the first screen here, which is the library. So on the screen, you see that now you can really see different elements on the screen at the same time. In the beginning, it was resizing, but it wasn't showing so many elements at once. And it was just a shame because you're on your phone, you were scrolling a lot, and then we realized we had to shrink it down even more. So even though it was already adapted before, now we really feel like you can see a lot of information and it's just a more efficient sort of searching through your phone. So that was just the big change there, was really just scaling it back and really making sure you see, at least 4 or 5 elements at the same time, even when you scroll down even 6 instead of 1 or 2, to really just optimize everyone's time. We know everyone's very busy. You just want to find the information you're looking for and go on. So that was the first screen. The second screen, what you see there is a detail, but a very important detail. It's the back and next buttons, for example, but also the top menu. So what we were realizing is that until now, we were losing still a bit of space with both everything that was top menu and bottom menu with the buttons, which meant that the usable space on the mobile screen was, it was maybe, let's say 60% of the screen. And I think we've scaled that up to at least 80 or 90% of the screen, which is really great. So we now can really use the entire screen for the mobile experience, making sure we can do a lot of really nice designs. You can easily read all the content. And we really felt that, and this is also feedback that we got, that it was really useful to create an even more sort of mobile app look and feel. So far, it was still sometimes, there were still traces of it being a web app. And now we're really going for that completely native experience where you really have app-like navigation, app-like buttons. And so what you'll also see is there on the side of the middle screen, you can, have start learning, download, discussion. You have all these little shortcuts. So that's now all nicely tucked away as well in the burger menu. So you can expand it, you can select something and then close it again. And it just means that when you're inside the lesson, that's really the focus point. So you really see mainly that on the screen. And yeah, the last screen again just shows 2 things. It shows just the fact that we really increased the size of all the elements in a way that you can really fill the screen up more, have a more mobile app experience. And also we're creating a nicer banner for if you do want to encourage your community to download the app, then we can also make that a little bit more attractive for you. So that's something we can actually customize for different customers. So if you do have the mobile app or you want to start using our mobile app, which is a sort of an add-on we can provide, then we can set that up for you. And then we can also create those nice little banners to really promote the mobile app. So that's really from an experience point of view. I don't know if Gabor wants to add anything on the technical side, but yeah, we're all very excited about this update because I think it will change the experience for everyone in a good way.
Yes, for mobile optimization, we keep optimizing the mobile application itself. We are adding now Touch ID and Face ID login to the application. We are rolling out a new mechanism to refresh more faster the new release to the mobile application, and so on. And also we are improving the offline usage. So, and kind of increasing security. The team is in the back. Increase the security, how the content is stored. Let's say something is downloaded on the mobile phone for offline storage, and now we are encrypting it even better. So there is a lot of background work to make the app more smooth and professional and secure as well. It's less visual, so we can more focus on the visual aspects, but it is a work which is also going in the background.
Thank you for this part. Then we can go to the next topic on our agenda, which is the new Leaderboard Look. And actually, we've been redesigning, revamping those, let's say, legacy sections one by one. And now time has come for Leaderboard to be updated. So now we also heard feedback from our clients to improve the look and feel of this page. And we really wanted to make it more like visual friendly, more user friendly, to really have the better overview on the places that different people take in the ranking, and also kind of how we improve and go up and up. So this is what we aimed for. And Mariel, perhaps you want to add something to this part.
Yeah, we really wanted to add a fresh and aesthetic design. So it was really important to give this a little bit of a refresh. And I think we really managed to give it a very fresh new look and feel. The previous one was designed a few years ago, and so it was necessary to do a little bit of cleaning up. One thing you'll notice is how much more compact it is. I think it's a lot more efficient in terms of the list. And it just has, a really upgraded look and feel with the round, icons per person, and no longer gray background behind the people, and no longer having the boxes. We just really felt that it's much more adapted to what the user needs. One thing that's also a big overhaul, which you may not see here, but I promise you it's really awesome, is the mobile version. So one of the things that we really push as well to redesign this section is because it was not so optimal on mobile as it could be. And so we really felt it's very, very important to have this super mobile responsive and really cool on mobile as well. And so this design is actually a lot more adaptable to mobile, and it's a lot more compact as well, so that again on your mobile screen you can see a lot rather than just a few people. You can see the status of a whole list of people. So again, just really go for the optimization there. So I think this was really a match of making it more efficient in the use, but also making it more aesthetic and more visual at the same time. So yeah, another nice one, I think, right, Julia? I think.
Yeah, definitely, and hopefully you'll all like it. It's already available, so you can already have a look at it, test it a bit, and let us know what you think about it. Next topic is the dashboard and some more detailed data available. So perhaps, Gabor, you can take us through that part in detail.
Yes, we have a lot of ideas for the dashboard. We have like 5 additional screens designed by the UX team already and waiting to be developed. So we will gradually add all those new features. So what we added lately is, as you can see on this video, one of them is the country breakdown. So for those clients who have in their user profiles a country field, this profile section, this statistic will show up, where you can really see the breakdown of the different countries, which is really helpful. We designed we are improving the design of this dashboard as well. You can see we have new filters, filter look, and so on. And this pop-up window is very important because before you only seen the numbers for the statistics, like how many certificates were issued or how many new users registered and so on, but you didn't really easily find who are actually those users. But now by clicking simply on the numbers, this pop-up window will appear, which will really give you a great detail on when which person, let's say, received a certificate or finished the lesson or registered or get leaderboard points and so on and so forth. So really, this detail is really essential. And also, we improved the access management. So now not only global administrators access these statistics, but also administrators who only have access to just a subset of groups of people, let's say only users from a specific country and so on. Then you can really give access to these sub-admins. To only that statistics, right? So that also helps. But we will have much more features, for example, downloading also these detailed information. And by the way, about downloading, we are improving that the CSV file sometimes is not properly openable. So now we are also improving to have a better Excel format. So that's it, but more charts will come, and actually more sections will come to statistics because we are planning to give a better comparison between groups, for example, to see which are the best performing groups. And that will be also really great overview.
Yeah, we keep working on the visual side so that, of course, the data are there, but also that they're visually in a way that you can easily read them, easily track them. And I think Dashboard is definitely somewhere where we keep the conversation very open. So if you do want to come to us with further suggestions, we keep developing this part. So it's always happy to review future changes, but I think we're already very excited about where it's going.
Exactly, especially for the dashboard, as it's super important for the admin management in the backend to really know what's going on about the platform. Great. So now it's time for our Q&A session. So feel free to ask questions either on chat or like unmute yourself and just let us know either some questions or your thoughts on the new features that we are introducing. If something is not clear, feel free to let us know. Actually, I have one before anyone else jumps. So I was wondering for this new leaderboard actually about the customization options. So is there any difference between the previous release, or how customizable can be this dashboard?
We built the dashboard from scratch, knowing that one day it will be kind of customizable, meaning that you can select the widgets that you want to see, because we will have so much data there that you really have some preferences. Maybe you want to see more of the country breakdown, or some specific details. So at one point it will be really fully customizable, that you can really cherry pick the widgets that you want, add new ones, hide ones, and so on. That's for the main dashboard. This is something that will rather happen towards next year, Q1 or Q2, because we have other priorities. There are micro customizations already. For example, you can hide some of the profile fields that you don't want to see in the dropdown, because sometimes in the dropdowns there are so many profile fields. So actually users have so many profile fields, you don't want to see them all in the dashboard. So there is a micro feature to customize it, which ones you want to see in which order. Sometimes country is more important, whereas sometimes there are other profile fields. But that's currently the only customization available.
Thanks for that. We got a question regarding the timeline for the mobile optimization. So what are the possible release dates for those updates?
Yes, there's no specific release date for mobile optimizations. It's also an ongoing topic, actually. The library optimizations and some breadcrumb optimizations are already effective. and can be found in the application. Whereas we've seen the next buttons will be improved. It is something more in August, which we will release. But the team didn't stop, and we are still keep checking. For example, we released the new quiz types and quiz look and feel. And then we've seen that some kind of swiping mechanism would be better. So that will be also added. So I would say probably it's more a general topic, and it is a progress that we do.
But I would say, Gabor, maybe to summarize, I think what optimizations we saw today, they're definitely live in the next 2 to 3 months. So, I mean, of course, there will be next ones, but I think these are really coming quite soon. So you can really stay posted. And I think as soon as they're live, we'll send everyone a little newsletter, a little update to let you know.
Yes. And we have one more question. If on the events, is it possible to provide comments or feedback for individual attendees? Maria, correct me if I'm wrong, but we don't really have any feature inside the event sections for interacting with the attendees themselves. Of course, you can send out an email to them, some sort, but no built-in functionality for this.
Yes, so I think it depends a bit which way, because we do have the option, of course, to create a poll for your attendees, right, Gabor? So they can tell you, did you like the event? Was the travel good? These types of topics. So from the attendee towards the event manager, they can give a grade. Did they like the event? Was it good? Was it their expectation? Do they have comments? So this way, it's absolutely possible. The other way, it depends a little bit on what kind of communication. I mean, it's very easy for the event manager to provide, updates to the attendees. When you're looking for individual feedback, I'm not sure if it's already the case that you can give, for example, it depends a little bit on what kind of feedback you want to give. Would you like to give, for example, grades or something like this? I think, could we grade a workshop, Gabor, if somebody attends a workshop that you get the points or you don't get the points? Or is that not at the moment activated?
No, I think, yes, this might be relevant. I think we can discuss about this feature,
Yeah.
Rafael, more in detail, because it seems to be probably a specific case for you. And then we can see how we can address that.
That's a great thought.
Regarding the event management, actually, I have one more question for you, Gabor. I know it might be a topic for the future, let's say, releases, but how then we approach this kind of like event manager role regarding the admin roles in the backend? So do we expect to have this kind of role, or what type of admin will be managing those events? What would be the restrictions, limitations? So how do you see that for this section?
Yes, at the moment, it's definitely the content manager who can do that. If there will be a separate need for an event manager, it's something that we can imagine to have. Right? Yeah. We didn't have really plans for a new role at the moment. Okay.
That's clear. Perfect. So I don't know if we have any more questions. Okay, we do. So we have a question. What about the content inside library? Can we set which users access them or access different folders?
So in the same spirit, what we are doing now with the event section, that instead of giving the possibility just to give access to users who have access to specific content, so there is a bridge, which again has its added value. We will do the same for library files in the first place. And at the moment, you can say library file is public, but can be private if you attach it to content. But we will give the same possibility, saying, okay, this library file is accessible for a specific group of users instead of having just a bridge with the content. So that will help a lot. And after, we will think about how to do the same for folders, indeed, to say you don't have to go, one by one for each file to set the visibility. But to say if a file is part of a folder, then you can just assign this folder to a specific group of people. So that's something that we definitely have in mind. Per file will come earlier. We will see when. We hope we can address this this year, and the folder will be coming after.
Great. I don't know if there's any more questions from the audience. I'm actually happy to see so many questions, even though it's the summer holidays. So it's good to see some people are still working. It's great. But yeah, maybe we've covered everything that it looks like.
Yeah, might be. Of course, if you have some thoughts later on, or if you watch this webinar as a recording and then you come up with some questions or ideas, feel free to reach out to us or your dedicated project manager to really let us know your thoughts, your insights, your ideas. We're always welcome.
Thank you very much.
Have a great day. Bye, everyone.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.